Hi, I'm Brian Sheetz with American Rifleman. I'm here with Scott Kinnison, Chief Instructor at SIG Academy in New Hampshire. And I wanted to stop by, Scott, and just present you with this poster of the M11A1 cover feature gun that we featured in American Rifleman recently. And just, thank you for putting out a great product and giving us an opportunity to cover that. And then also, you had another pistol you want to talk about with us today.
Yeah, we're here at the 2014 NRA meeting, of course, and we had the new 320 that we came out with at SHOT Show about a year ago, and we're actually shipping these now to the different dealers around the country. At the Academy, our instructors at the Academy are actually using them now, utilizing them, and just want to talk briefly about it and tell people kind of where it came from and the impetus behind it.
Okay.
Traditionally, we haven't made a striker fired. One of our original classic line pistols, of course, was the M11,
right,
which this year's been in service with the U.S. military for 25 years.
Okay.
So we're really proud of that. But what we wanted to do is get into the striker fired market, primarily because that's a big chunk of the pistols that are sold out there.
Yeah.
But what we wanted to do was make some improvements over the existing strikers that are out there. There was three basic things that we looked at. Our engineers came to the shooters and they said, what do we need to make a better striker fired pistol? So the first thing was fit. We wanted to be able to fit the pistol to individual shooters. The second thing was safety. We wanted to improve the safety aspects of the striker fired gun.
Right.
And then we also, big thing was the trigger. We wanted to really touch that trigger up. And I think we hit a home run with all three.
Okay.
The grip modules on this pistol, because this is a grip module, it's not an actual frame, we can interchange the grip modules to 3 different sizes so we can fit the individual shooter's hands.
Right.
So that was really cool. And then from there we can also change the trigger. You'll see this trigger is a flat trigger. It doesn't have a trigger safety on it like most striker fired guns.
Right.
And the reason it doesn't have a tab on the trigger is because we made the gun drop proof without the trigger safety.
Okay.
We did that with a striker safety that's inside. It actually blocks the striker from going forward unless you pull the trigger.
Okay.
One of the other things we did, unlike most striker fired guns, if I tried to disassemble the gun, and you'll see here the takedown lever, if I try to put that down with a magazine in it, I can't do that.
Right.
I actually have to remove the magazine before I can rotate the takedown lever, and then all I have to do is disassemble the gun. There's no dry firing. Yeah,
right,
I didn't have to pull the trigger, which for us was a real big safety improvement. We don't want shooters to have to pull the trigger on a gun that they assume is unloaded, obviously.
Sure.
Of course, you want to visually and physically inspect it at all times, but there is that occasional brain cramp where somebody doesn't check it. So we did away with that need.
Okay.
The other thing we did is on the trigger, from a shooter standpoint, it has a very smooth and very crisp trigger. It doesn't have that long, spongy trigger at most striker fired guns. And then the other thing we did is we put a short reset in it. So when the trigger breaks and you cycle it, you'll see it only has to go forward about 1/8 of an inch to reset. Yeah. So it has a real crisp trigger press, and it's got a real smooth and short reset.
Okay.
So, we gave the engineers some guidelines on what we wanted, and they basically met every one of them. So we're real happy with the new product.
Yeah, well, thanks very much, Scott, for telling us about the gun, and appreciate it. Have a good show.
It's been a pleasure.